Don't you love how by just learning something, it's almost like you unlock this whole new dimension of what you're capable of doing. Taking your videos from beginner looking to more pro feeling just by knowing the simple and easy things that you can implement. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 of the key things that I feel like transformed my videos from beginner to pro, and they're so easy and simple to do once you actually know them. I film almost everything in sequences instead of capturing random single clips that don't really fit together. There's a specific formula that I follow that makes it not only really easy to do, but also really effective and works out well while keeping it simple. I'll always start with a wide. This sets the scene, gives context, and establishes the location. Then I'll punch into a medium. The medium highlights action, it shows emotion, and it builds connection. And then I'm gonna punch into my close-up. It shows the details, it sucks that viewer in, and it makes the next wide feel even bigger, because the next shot is we go back to the wide. It leaves clarity and gives some breathing room. It means you need to move your camera around and capture multiple different angles of the same scene instead of just filming one angle or random different shots of different things. I like to do this by using one of these. You need some form of tripod or a way to move your camera around easily. And what I've actually been using is this monopod that makes it really easy to move around fast. This is the Cobra 3 from iFootage. It's a super cool, high quality little monopod, and the reason I like it is because we need to capture all 4 different angles. This makes it really quick and easy because it's got this little clutch mechanism, so I can just change height, let go, and it stays exactly where it is. Want to get a slightly lower angle? No problemo, I can do that as well. I've put a nice ball head on top so I can frame up my scenes well, and this just makes the whole process of capturing my scene way more easy and efficient. This next one made a massive difference. It's called B-roll progression. If I have a scene where I'm talking in one place and then maybe I'm talking in another place, I might want to get some B-roll sequences to be a location transition. But the key here is I film in B-roll bursts. We don't need to overcomplicate it. Just ask yourself, what are a couple things that would happen in real life that would need to take place before you actually move on to your next location, and then just set up a few shots and capture a quick little angle of those different things. I'm going to start with putting on some socks and shoes. I'm going to get another quick one here of just grabbing my keys off the table. So I'll set this up. I want to get a really cool dynamic shot of opening the door handle. That would naturally happen if I was leaving the house. And I'm going to do that by using this, which I love this thing to do not only shots like this, but also stick it on cars and get those crazy windscreen shots and everything. So this is also from iFootage, and it's basically just a crazy suction cup that you can stick to any smooth surface or glass and pump action it to make it really stable. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stick it right there, and I'm going to pump it on, and that is so solid. And I'm always kind of trying to like think of how I can make my shots dynamic and move them within frame, because when you're filming solo they don't really move. I'm going to use this magic arm to clip on there. I'm going to clip this on the camera side. And then we're just gonna walk straight here, keeping it simple. I can progress a location really nice and effectively like this. I'll start one scene here, get my quick B-roll shots, and boom, we're in our new location where I could continue talking about whatever it was that we were talking about. And the thing is, you don't have to get too attached to this. There's another really simple way that you can progress scenes and change locations without even shooting any B-roll. And it's basically using some sort of match cut, where let's say I had a scene right here and I wanted to go back into my studio scene. I could just be talking here, and as long as my next angle kind of matches the same scene, it's a really smooth cut if you can time it right. Which brings me to my next point which is match cutting on action. See, I just did it there again. You don't only have to use it to progress different locations or scenes, you can also just use it as a smooth way to transition between different angles. So let's say I'm doing something like this, I could do a body movement in one, but you could also do a bigger movement, like getting up and walking off a screen, and then walking into my next frame, which makes a really nice seamless cut, as long as you keep the direction of movement the same. And you can kind of do it with anything. I could be talking to you right here and just turn to a new angle and keep talking in the same way. The important thing here is that you keep the same tone and pacing so that they match smoothly without like one angle being you speaking really fast or loud and then the next one being like soft, slow, and thinking about it. Something else I've really been liking lately is when I have one angle and I'll be talking to it and then I'll change angle, but I'll actually continue to look the same direction I was, and I'll only turn to the camera when I really want to emphasize what I was previously saying. I've been experimenting with this like J and L cut voiceover thing. I don't know what to call it, to be honest, but it's basically where I'll use a voiceover on a clip of me doing something. Generally I like to do some sort of action, and then as that voiceover stops, I pick it up from where I left off. It's a nice way to bridge the two, where you kind of transition from voiceover to an actual clip, but it has this weird little overlap. It's pretty easy to do as long as you plan your dialogue. You can just shoot the voiceover part and say whatever it is you're gonna say and then end where you wanna pick it up, and then film the section of you performing the action. Just make sure that when you're doing the thing without you talking that's gonna be used for the voiceover part, that you do whatever you're doing for at least as long as that voiceover part, and then pick up that sentence from where the voiceover leaves, and they should stitch together really nicely. And then you just layer them in the edit, making a J or an L cut so that the voiceover happens and then it transitions into the part where you're talking. If you've watched any piece of content on YouTube or tutorial that has the word cinematic in the title, you've probably heard about teal and orange. And now, it's a great thing to use in your color grades. I have a kind of teal and orange grade that I use on every single one of my videos. It takes my footage from this to this with just applying the LUT. You can check it out below, but this isn't about that. Teal and orange color grade is great, but what you actually want to do is include teal and orange within your frame. You see, the reason this works is because these are opposite colors on that color wheel, so they complement each other, make each other pop, and create this really nice contrast between them. And what I mean by getting it within your frame instead of just in your color grade is, if you look at this scene right now, something that I've been implementing into more and more of my shots is there's a whole bunch of teal and orange or blue and orange within this frame. There's this blue mat right here. I'm wearing a blue cap intentionally, it's not by chance. There's a little blue book over here. In the background we have a blue picture, and then we complement it with orange. So my skin tone being the main orange source, but we also got this orange light, we got this orange sunset lamp in the background, and anything else that I'm putting into my frame, I try and look out to have these complementing colors, this blue and orange. A great example of this is naturally when you're outside, your skin is really nice and orange and the sky is really nice and blue. And if you get just a shot of you with your orange skin and blue sky, those are gonna pop and really stand out in your shot. So I try and just do this with a bunch of different things. Maybe it's the record player that I've got a blue record and then I've got some orange light in the background. So that side I've made kind of an orange picture with blue accents, and this side I've got like orange lighting with blue stuff going on in the frame, and it just makes it pop really nicely. So try and introduce some blue and orange into your shots when you can. Oh, would you look at that, it's a whole nother scene of blue and orange. If you want to check out the iFootage Cobra 3 monopod with the auto adjusting handle, it's so useful, as well as the suction cup or the magic arm. Those things are probably three things I use most in a lot of the footage that I shoot, especially when solo, just to help me get those dynamic angles. And remember, if you want to make your footage pop even more, you can check out my instant color grading preset. It works on any footage, any camera, and it's pretty much just one click and it gives you the look that I get in all of my videos. Other than that, I hope this was useful. Happy filming, and I'll see you in the next one.